What's up everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. In the last episode, we completed up the mission, Road to the Ancient Tech Lab inside the Breach of Demise, made our way to the Tech Lab, learned about what happens in the coming days of the Calamity, unlocked the Hylian Blacksmith Guild where we can upgrade our weapons, unlocked a couple of side missions as well, and now we have 4 main missions on the map to complete, all involving the champions from the Zoras, the Gerudo, the Rito, and the Goron tribes. Alright, so with that, I think we should not hold back at all and get started. We've entered Chapter 2, and well, let's start with the first mission, Mipha, the Zora Princess. And changing characters, we can change our characters and choose who we bring into battle from the party menu. And we can also edit our party by pressing plus while on the map of Hyrule. So I'll show that off real quick. If we're inside the map of Hyrule itself, I press plus, it'll pull up our party, and we'll get to basically choose who comes with us. So if I have Zelda in this slot instead of Mipha, she will automatically be basically put in that position. So if I open this up, you see Zelda is now in that second slot. You'll be able to tell if you can change characters by this little two-way arrow thing that allow you to swap characters. I'm going to use Zelda for this specific mission because she's just at a lower level and I like to get her upgraded a little bit, even though she's not at the recommended level. Usually you can be maybe even a solid 10 levels underneath the recommended level and still be just fine. I don't want to cook anything, I don't think. Yeah, there's no real point to that yet, at least. We might as well save our stuff for later. And well, let's embark to Zora's domain, take on Mipha, the Zora Princess.
The long-lived Zora, who could traverse rivers and lakes with ease, lived in Lanayru, at a resplendent place dubbed Zora's domain. Mipha, a Zora princess with the power to heal others' wounds, was selected to pilot divine beast Varuta. Accompanied by Link and the rest of her party, Zelda headed to Zora's domain, where she was granted an audience with King Dorephan.
Mipha, pilot the divine beast.
Yes. My father, King Rome, has faith she will do her utmost. With your permission, of course.
This will be a dangerous mission. Piloting the divine beast against the darkness. And I understand that the knight who will seal that darkness has not yet appeared.
That is true.
I must refuse. I cannot send my daughter into such peril.
But
Your Majesty! I bring news!
Well, Link, you've grown since I last saw you. And yet, you have not changed. This creature is a guardian? How cute.
Princess Mipha! Monsters on Ploymus Mountain, marching this way.
What of my father?
His Majesty is leading the army to intercept. He thought the prince was here with you.
Sidon is missing? We will find on Sidon. You must watch over the domain.
Highness.
Alright, that throws us straight into things, and automatically we have Mipha added to our party, so we're going to go ahead and use her for a good bit of this episode, just because she's the new character that we're getting to use. And we're going to search for Sidon while also clearing the enemy of, or the domain of enemies. Alright, so, and it looks like Zelda and Link, of course, are going to help as well since we're here. And, wow, I've already taken damage. So a geyser attack for Mipha is her special attack, which she will cause a geyser to appear, and then she can spring towards it and basically kind of like almost teleport away towards it. And I was hoping that wouldn't hit me, but the thing about Mipha is she actually takes, I believe, excess damage to any electric attacks. But one thing I wanted to point out is I like the nice little touch about Mipha and Link kind of walking alone there, just kind of show their friendship, or what some people consider to be a little more than just a friendship. It's kind of up to personal preference, because Nintendo never clearly gives a statement about their friendship other than it's friendship, I guess. They never I mean, they do slightly indicate, obviously, that it's a little further than that, but I mean, it's pretty much up to personal preference, I guess, of, you know what, never mind, you guys know what I mean, so I'll just leave it at that. But I kind of like the touching moment of, like, you know, because they do mention that Link is a good friend of Mipha, and so that they do fight together. Now, I want to send Zelda, no, I want to send her down this way, and, well, Link's kind of already headed that way, so, in fact, I may send her down here, and we'll continue to allow Link to head this way to the Zora Captain, and then we'll take this on as Mipha. Alright, but I like the little touching moment where it's kind of like, you know, they're walking alone, and she's like, you know, you've grown since I last saw you, because that's even mentioned specifically in the memories where Link hadn't come around for a long time, and then all of a sudden he shows up as a knight, accompanying the princess in Breath of the Wild, and that is like specifically mentioned in her diary in Breath of the Wild. So I thought that was a nice little touch that they added to the game there. And alright, this Moblin's almost gone. I'm going to use my special attack because it seems that we don't really need to use it. So we need to defeat the remaining enemies. So Link's already here. And Mipha's continuing to ask about where her brother is, if we have seen him at all. Alright, I gotta throw this up in the air, and apparently my control stick doesn't want to move upward, which kind of stinks. Alright, actually, is there two Wizrobes here? Yeah, there are, but I don't know who. Wow, we are taking a lot of damage right now. Let's go ahead and eat some food. These electric Wizrobes, I don't know, they're hurting us a lot. And now let's try to throw bombs at this guy. There we go. Got him that time. Let's see if we can go in and do a lot of damage here. Alright, we were pretty close. Ouch. Just hoping that didn't happen. Just continue to swing away. I hate that there's two of you. Alright, now there we go. We got the weak point smash. There we go. There's one done, but apparently that's the incorrect one, I guess. But he took a lot of damage from that as well because he was in the vicinity, I guess. Alright, wrong attack. I was hoping to move out of the way and use the bombs, but oh wait, yeah. So we now have a lightning rod. Once we defeat that Wizrobe, it will give us a lightning rod, and we can pick it up and use it from now on. And wow, Link does a lot of damage. And let's go ahead and move over to Zelda, who's fighting a Moblin over here. And wow, she takes a lot of damage, and she just doesn't have a lot of health. Zelda does. But this guy's about to start spinning, so we can use stasis on this Moblin. And it apparently seems that Sidon has wandered off to climb this mountain. The game wants me to swap over to Mipha, which, I mean, she's right here, so we might as well use her. I don't want to use Link too much. I mean, obviously Link has to be in this, but I want to use mainly Mipha and Zelda for these battles, if at all possible. Just because I'd like to rank these guys up a little more, because the characters will still rank up even if you don't fight with them, but I'd like to kind of show them off as well, even if we don't get to do anything else. We'll freeze you, and that should be enough of that guy. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and send Link back up toward the domain here, and we'll continue onward. And all these Zora captains are going to help in the search of Prince Sidon as well. And apparently an electric moblin has appeared. Something we've not necessarily seen before, and we'll show off if he shows up on the map, but I don't think so. Ah, there we go. The electric moblin's down there. In fact, I'm actually going to send Link this way, and I'm going to leave those... I'm going to take both Zelda and Mipha and just send you guys both back into the center of the domain, just for right now, because we'll keep them away from the action, I guess, and we'll take Link and go fight this guy if we need to. I mean, I'd rather not have to use Link if I didn't have to, but he's already close by, and we might as well use him for just a little bit anyway. When we head down here, the Zora captain is just... Alright, he's just chilling down here, so no need to worry about him. We should be getting fairly close to this guy. I'm going to just run by the... Well, no, I'll take these guys out just because they're here, and it's always good to have, like, any and all the trophies that you get from defeating all the monsters. So, but we just need to make sure we continue to head in the right direction. Alright, we'll take you guys out, too, since you're right here. Give us a couple extra trophies. And then we'll continue forward. No, I missed some of you guys. Well, not anymore. You're all dead. You too, and so are you. Alright, that should be all of them, and now let's make our way over to this guy up here. Alright, ooh, there's a monster camp here. I wonder if I can blow this up and take these guys out. And yeah, we got some treasure for that too. Sweet. And we got some river snails as our reward. Sweet. Alright, we gotta be close now, right? Alright, well, and apparently a horde has appeared near the domain. I don't know where they would be. But apparently it's some sort of like counterattack. And then we'll apparently we need to divide our forces and strike on two fronts, according to Mipha here. So yeah, there's a bunch of enemies up there, and I kind of preemptively sent Zelda and Mipha up here to take on these guys. Though I'm gonna send Mipha actually back this way to take this guy on, and then she'll make her way up to here as we fight with Link here to take this guy out. We'll go ahead and use our special attack here. But some monsters have been affected by elemental stuff, so obviously he's covered in like green, so he's an electric moblin, and he deals some electric damage as a result. Alright, so we should be able to swap over to Mipha now and take on these guys out here. So I'm going to go ahead and dash past these guys and just make our way there as quickly as possible, though he should be, yeah, right here. He's actually making his way toward us, and all of them will make... I was a little late there, but oh well. I mean, this is actually the first time we're going to see Mipha's special attack, because I haven't used it yet. All she does is, like, use a little water attack, and that dealt half of this guy's health, actually. That's pretty nice. And depending on how many attacks you do, Mipha can use X and create a stronger... she'll actually create a stronger whirlwind, kind of. Wow, that actually did a lot of damage, and this thing will continue to get stronger the stronger your attacks are. Alright, let's do that. So this back at you. Use ZR to dive up and hit that guy. Alright, so now, and on the ally screen, which can be accessed after pressing plus, we can give orders to characters, something we've already seen before. I don't know why that never showed up beforehand. But we're going to go ahead and send Mipha this way to take on that guy, and we'll go ahead and swap over to Zelda, because this guy is on the verge of defeat, which could be bad. Alright, we'll freeze you real quick, and we can activate some runes apparently, and continue to do as much damage as we can to this guy here. We should be getting pretty close, and I don't think any of the even if some of these guys fall, I don't think that's a recipe for failure in this specific mission. Now, sometimes if any ally falls, by the way, you can see the ultimate goal is to locate Sidon, and then the little like devil-looking thing right there is basically how you get a game over, and that's if Link, Mipha, or Zelda flees, which means even if the allies flee, perhaps. Let's say like a Zora captain would be considered an ally. He's a main character, sort of, that is an ally. Now, if he were to fall, that would not be a game over. Now, he would just fall, and then the monsters would move towards the domain. And now, I think we should be able to send Zelda this way to this blue moblin, and we'll go ahead and swamp over to Mipha real quick and make our way out the domain and toward these guys over here. Now, you may be able to tell that the missions are, or the maps are, somewhat like that of, well, Breath of the Wild, but there are some slight changes, or obviously to accommodate for, you know, it's kind of supposed to be a big map, and some character hides and even mob hides are different, but obviously that's slightly become to be expected, and this guy is on the verge of defeat. Not that it really matters too much, and I was hoping that would hit that guy, and they're doing the exact same attack, which is kind of funny actually, and then we can hit them both for the exact same amount of damage. Alright, let's do that, and there we go. Let's hopefully take this guy out, because I'd like to take him out first just because he's the harder of the two. And this guy's obviously a little bit easier. Actually, we can use this to go ahead and take you out. And that should be all for you. And indeed it is. So now we can swap back over to Zelda and take this guy out. And we only have 300 KOs, which is kind of wild actually. I figured we'd have more by this point. And wow, we're taking a lot of damage. We're taking a beat down. I don't know how we ended up in the air, but sure. Let's break you. Do as much damage as possible first. Alright, there we go. They did a lot of damage. We see, try to break this guy down as much as possible. And, alright, that didn't quite work, so we'll go ahead and use our special attack. Locate this guy, and as well as any other enemies on screen. Does a ton of damage. And we even leveled up. So we got a full attack back, as well as a full health regen. And they found Prince Sidon, but he's making his way towards the mountain up there, up top. Palamus Mountain at Zora's domain. Alright, let's hopefully take these guys out if all possible. But I'm going to go ahead and send all of our friends. The link is all the way down here. All the way up here. Mipha's probably already making her way there. And we'll go ahead and make our way there with Zelda. Alright, we're going to try to take down some of these guys. Zelda just doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and that's why it's slightly difficult. Can I take you guys out, please? Will you guys just, like, die or something? Thanks. Alright, most of you are gone. Now let's just take off and run towards Palamus Mountain. Mipha's already there, but once we get there, we should be able to see what exactly is going on now. If these keys would just die. There we go. Alright, one more left, buddy. Come here. Hello. Alright, so once we head in here, we should see exactly where Prince Sidon is. Well, we got ourselves a Lionel to fight. So before he can even attack, we'll go ahead and use our special attack with Zelda on him. Do a good bit of damage. And Mipha's not going to let this guy lay a finger on Sidon. And this Lionel has a lot of health. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. So just be prepared to hack on this guy a lot. And even do a couple of special attacks and this guy's still not go down. Like, because even like one of his weak smash attacks does about a quarter of his health or something. Like, barely anything at all. Ooh, we actually got a Flurry Rush, which is really nice. That's pretty hard to get. So even if we do this, it's going to do a very minimal amount of damage. Like, see, it's actually probably even about like an eighth of his health. So you do that about 4 times and expect everything else to come from literally everything else. Now let's back up before we take any fire damage. Link and Zelda are going to just stand there and take it like the beasts they are, I guess. But they don't really take any damage from stuff like this. And we turn around real quick before Mipha put that the other way. But we got that. That's done. That's cool. Alright, and let's continue to jump around. And this guy's gonna come zooming in here. Oh, we actually got another Flurry Rush. Pretty nice. And obviously, this is supposed to be like the Lionel that we fought, or that we got the electric arrows from in Breath of the Wild, obviously. It's supposed to be kind of like that. And another Flurry Rush. Wow. Alright, so now we'll use our special attack once more to kill this guy, and he's still not done, but now he's outside the kind of arena that was set for us. Let's throw some bombs down on him and do a lot of damage. And we should be getting pretty close to taking this guy out once and for all. He's already pretty low. Alright, jump out of the way of those arrows, because obviously we'll take more damage as Mipha like that. Alright, there we go. We'll take him out. And let's do this. Alright, so this actually may take him out completely. And usually you have a different attack, so like that, and that usually symbolizes the end of a battle.
Sidon! Why would you try to fight that beast alone? I was so worried about you. But still, I am proud. What a brave little brother I have. Oh no. Mipha? Huh? What is that?
Alright, so Mipha the Zora Princess is, well, somewhat complete. It seems that we've got a little bit more work to do with those enemies marching towards the domain, but we completed that in 12 minutes. That's probably a new personal best for me. Only a little under 400 KOs, just mainly playing as Zelda. She doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and she usually doesn't end up, I usually don't end up killing enemies as Zelda because they kind of disperse, and I don't feel like going around and trying to take out each individual enemy. But we got 706 rubies, not bad, and we should have got some upgraded levels on our characters, like Zelda's now level 6, and Link and Mipha are now level 8, I believe, or was that 9? One of the two, I'm not sure. But we got a Traveler's Claymore for Link. It's different than what we normally have. This is a two-handed weapon, and so it's different from Link's normal one-handed weapons that he would normally use, as well as a Soup Ladle and a Soldier's Broadsword. Zelda's got some more ancient memory parts, of course, and then Mipha obviously just uses spears, and we can add those to her spear that she uses now to, of course, upgrade that as well. Got some items as well. You know, you can check through this if you want when you're playing along. I personally don't really look because you just get it, and then usually the game will just tell you if you have enough materials or not. And so, let's continue on forward. And well, we also got the Zora helm, so we got another piece of attire. Now, I'm not going to put this on Link while he's got his soldier gear because that would just look stupid. But let's continue on forward.
Zora! There is no turning back now!
King Dorvan!
And so that'll give us the option to turn on motion controls on or off. I'm going to turn it off for this Let's Play, though you might like it. I played through it with motion controls on in my first playthrough. Didn't care for it so much, so I'm going to leave it off for now. But we've got a brand new kind of battle coming up here in just a moment. This is a Divine Beast battle, in which case we will take control of Mipha, controlling the Divine Beast, and will basically drive hordes of monsters out of the domain. And you can also see Mipha has joined us on the little loading screen here, so every member of our party is obviously here from, you know. Also, I think if I double tap this, yeah, he dashes back and forth. I never noticed that. Anyway, let's get on into the rest of this mission. I beseech you, Varuto, in our hour of need, lend me your power. I just thought I'd read that just because. But yeah, our whole goal here is just to take out hordes and hordes of enemies. And let me tell you, this guy will take out a ton of enemies all at once. It's pretty crazy. And we can just take out as many as possible. Now that will take a second to reload, but we can hold R to do our regular attack, which will just do a normal amount of damage like this. But we have a special attack that can target a bunch of enemies at once. And each Divine Beast will have something different. So some missions will ask us to take control of Divine Beast, though those missions are different every single time. We can press Y to sling the kind of the snout or whatever of the Divine Beast forward and knock out anything blocking our path. And yeah, we see we already have 1,000 KOs. And I'm telling you, if you were using a Divine Beast and it told you every time you got 100 KOs like you do normally, your screen would be covered and stuff like that. And you can look at the text box down at the bottom. I'm not going to read the rest of those, obviously, just because there's no point, really. Alright, let's see if we can target on to a lot of these guys here. Alright, quite a few of them, not all of them, but we'll try to do as much damage as possible. That's 2,000 KOs now, actually. That's pretty crazy. And we have a... Alright, apparently you guys decided to be not done, so let's finish you guys off real quick. And well, we've got a bunch of enemies standing in front of us, so let's press A to load up our special attack, which is just this giant laser here, which just plows through all the enemies in the area pretty easily. It just absolutely destroys everything in its path. It's pretty wild. And there's a couple monsters up here left that we couldn't exactly reach with that, but we'll reach them now. Yeah, but that took every single enemy out, basically, in this entire area, which is pretty nice. Got some enemies up there that I want to go ahead and try to take out if possible. Even some here that I'd like to try to take out as we're making our way inside here to, like, Zora's, like, the end of Zora's domain. And here we're faced, well, with a bunch of Lynels, and I mean a ton of Lynels shooting electric arrows. So we gotta find a way to take all these guys out. Just basically shooting at them, it's not going to do much. And so even this attack itself isn't going to do a whole lot, and he's going to take a lot of damage. So instead, we'll use our special attack here, which is loaded up for us pretty quickly. And we'll absolutely just destroy every single Lynel in our path pretty easily, and that should be most all of them. Like, you can see all of the Lynels we've defeated just like that. And I think there was a group of enemies up here that we can take out as well. I think there's one, yeah, there's like one Lynel left. But just fire at him a little bit, and there we go. And with the help of Varuto, we've restored peace to Zora's domain. And so Mipha the Zora Princess is complete. Only took us 2 minutes and almost 4,000, or a little over 3,000 KOs. Yeah, you get a lot of knockouts during those levels. It's pretty cool, actually, just to see how many enemies you take out with a Divine Beast.
This attack proves your point. We are woefully unprepared to defend against the Calamity. The Zora will face this peril head-on. We must consider the future. We all share this land of Hyrule. So all of us must do our part. Mipha, attend.
Yes, Father.
You will become the pilot of the divine beast, Varuta. On one condition. You must promise to come back safely.
And alright, it seems King Dorphan has relented and allowed Mipha to become the pilot of Divine Beast Varuta, and she has also joined our party. So Mipha, the princess of the Zora, who possesses an incredible healing power. She was childhood friends with Link, and she is now entrusted with piloting Divine Beast Varuta. Sweet. That opens up a couple of different missions for us, as well as upgrading Mipha a little bit as well. Yeah, you can see just how many orange bubbles we now have on screen, and trust me, it doesn't get any easier to manage all these, but needed research. So if we turn in 1,000 rubies, Lizalfos trophies, and Bokoblin trophies, we'll be able to upgrade the Sheikah Slate to gain use of the Sheikah sensor. And so we can now press X on while material objectives are displayed, like quest or cooking recipes, and we're able to track them, track the materials required, and we can also search for specific materials. We can also upgrade, alright, no we can't yet. I would have liked to have been able to do this, but we didn't have enough Lizalfos trophies. But we should be able to do that in just a moment. So, entrance test, a special instructor at the military training camp will give you training if you're showing proof that you defeated a large number of monsters, and to get to proof to earning that training. So if we press X, for example, anything that's glowing in green, for example, like all these fights down here and stuff, and this fight here, all these up here, show you exactly where you can find what exactly we're missing. So for example, this mission, we're missing Lizalfos trophies, so any mission that involves Lizalfos can be defeated easily. So relief for soldier stress, we use 3 Hyrule, whatever those, Hyrule herbs. There we go. And we'll unlock meditative training. And all meditative training is basically just a place where we can go and fight enemies. So visit the temple and meditate in peace, and quiet meditation will allow you to practice your skills in an imaginary world. So it opens up basically a battle shrine sort of area where we can fight enemies to improve our skills. Alright, so we got a couple more things I think I want to try to upgrade. Can we do any of this? No, I don't believe so. But there's a couple things over here. I don't think we can upgrade Mipha at all. No stables. I don't think there's really anything we can do actually just quite yet. But I'm going to leave most of these small side missions like this for their own episode, and we'll take one episode and just kind of complete a bunch of them. Oh, we can do this. We can actually cook with some Hyrule herbs and learn how to make Mabe souffle, which involves eggs, butter, milk, and Hyrule herb. That will give us, I missed it. I accidentally pressed A too fast and forgot, or didn't see exactly what it gives us. But no worries. But I think with that, I think that's going to do it all for this episode here, guys. So if you guys did like this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Connor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.